back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And it's November, y'all. Welcome to a new month. So in today's video, I'm having one of those crappy days. So I was like, you know what? I want to get a video out. And we're not going to be doing a whole lot today. So I was like, this is the perfect time for me to do a story time. Especially with it being November, which is National Epilepsy Awareness Month. And I left my notes over here. Hold on a minute, y'all. Okay, I'm back. So, like I said, I was like, this is the perfect time for me to do a story time. And the month of November is National Epilepsy Awareness Month. So I was like, this is the perfect time for me to, talk to y'all about this, because it doesn't require me to be up, going anywhere, doing anything, because none of that is happening today, okay? I just want to do a story time of letting you know how, I got me some notes here, y'all. How I found out that I had epilepsy, and when I say it was the scariest moment of me and my family's life, it was scary, okay? I'm gonna try to get through this video without being a crybaby, because I already feel my eyes watering up, because it's been a journey, okay? It has been a journey. So we're going to go back to, I got my notes, y'all. May of 2022. So my husband woke up to me having a seizure. I had never, ever had a seizure in my life. I was 41 at the time and never had a seizure. And so it was, I think, maybe about 4 o'clock in the morning. And this is what, I'm just going by what my husband told me, because I don't remember anything. So he said it was early in the morning, probably around 4, I guess, or 5 in the morning, one of the two. And he woke up, he felt shaking in the bed. So he got up, he turned the light on, and I was having a seizure. So right when he woke up, jumped on my side of the bed, he says that I was about to swallow my tongue. And so he turned me on my side, and that kept me from swallowing my tongue or whatever. So I woke up to him like running around the room on the phone, pacing back and forth on the phone. And so I'm just confused, because I'm just like, what is he doing? And I just hear him saying, Monica, get up, we got to go to the hospital. So, in my mind, I'm thinking that something has happened to somebody and we need to go to the hospital. And he was like, no, we need to take you to the hospital. And I'm just confused, because I'm like, for what? What do we need to go to the hospital for? Like, why do I need to go to the hospital? And he was like, you had a seizure. We need to go to the hospital. So I'm thinking he joking or whatever. And he was like, no, honey, I'm serious. We need to go to the hospital, because, I was getting ready to climb back into the bed. So I got up, he helped me put some clothes on, and he was like, can you walk to the truck? And I'm like, yeah, why you asking me this stuff? And so everybody's looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and I'm wondering why they looking at me, all funny or whatever. So, I walked to the truck, and I'm just confused. I'm totally confused at this point, just trying to figure out what's going on. And to me, I just woke up from sleeping, and, everything was normal. And so we made it probably out of our neighborhood. I think as soon as we got out of our neighborhood, it's like I can remember bits and pieces, but I do remember when we got out of the neighborhood, and we were on our way to the hospital, and I told him, I was like, I feel a little funny. He was like, what you mean? And I was like, I can't feel my legs, and I can barely feel my arms. So that's when, it got a little scary for me, because I'm like, what's going on? And so by the time I'm trying to take my time and tell the story, because I at times, or a lot of times, I talk fast. And so since having seizures and all that stuff, it just, I mean, like when it comes to talking, saying simple words, trying to figure out words that you're trying to say, it just is difficult at times. It's difficult. So I'm trying to learn how to slow down and try to figure out the words that I'm trying to say, or the correct words, put it like that I'm trying to say. So it's been a journey. It's been challenging. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So we made it to the hospital, and they had to pick me up and put me into the wheelchair, because I literally could not feel my limbs. Like I had no feeling. And so, like I said, I began to worry, because I'm like, is my feeling going to come back? And, like I said, still just really confused with all of this. So we got to the hospital. The ear doctor said that I had a seizure. And so anyway, I stayed in the hospital for probably about, I think maybe 2 days. They ran tests and all of that. Oh, one thing I forgot. And so I bit my tongue really bad, and so I could, it's like I could barely talk, and I was eating Jello and stuff like that. So I had an appointment. Once I got out of the hospital, I had an appointment, with my doctor or whatever. He referred me to a neurologist. Let me go back. I missed one part. So they did the test. They didn't see any brain damage or any tumors, showing where I had anything on my brain or anything like that, which was good. So once I got to the neurologist, and he said that, he was like, well, this happens, it happens to people where they may have a seizure and then they don't, ever have another seizure. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, let's, okay, I'm good. So then he hit me with, you can't drive for 6 months. What? I can't do what? So he hit me with that, and I'm just like, I can't even tell y'all what I was thinking. 6 months. So you mean to tell me I have to go from driving, taking myself everywhere, to not being able to get into my vehicle for 6 months? Yeah. That in itself was challenging, very challenging. But then I said, okay, you get through this 6 months, you be back to driving. Let me go back to the hospital, because I did forget a part I wanted to share. While I was in the emergency room, my family, everybody came, which I absolutely love and appreciate my family. Everybody came. So, of course, mama going to be there. Baby, Poochie's going to bust down the door, okay? If I remember right, one of those times that I went to the emergency room, because it's been a few times that I've had to go, but one of the times seemed like they said that, you know how they tell you only a certain amount of visitors can come back. And one of those times, I remember, I was getting ready to go to my cousin's Keisha breast cancer walk. It was last year. That's when it was, last year. And I ended up having like multiple seizures one morning. They just kept coming back to back to back to back to the point where Demetrius tried to drive me to the hospital, and they just kept coming back to back. He had to end up calling the ambulance to come get me because, like, I would not stop having them. And so, mama, everybody was, at the breast cancer walk. Right when I was getting ready, to go to the breast cancer walk, that's when I had them. And so, of course, all of my family is there. They went to the breast cancer walk, and everybody, Uncle Ro, he was there. And so mama, they were telling her only a certain amount of people could be there. Baby, mama bust through the door. Like, everybody looking like, how she get in here? Because, they was taking turns coming in there. So, baby, don't play with Poochie. Okay, don't play with her. So, let me go back to the first time. So, my feeling did start to come back in my arms and then in my legs. So, it slowly came back like that day or whatever. And then I had to, just put myself in a positive place, because I'm like, I got to get through this 6 months and boom, I'll be back to driving. So then I think I may have had, so February 2023. Yeah, I had to write my dates down. If I can find that footage, I'll insert it right here.
What I made up the table. Look, I went and found some stuff. Babe, did I do a good job?
Yes.
On the back side. Oh! Oh! Janie! Come here! Hold up, babe. Hold up. Give me some water.
Don't you need a phone? Dylan! Mom!
Call 911! Call 911!
We was actually recording a video. The next thing I know, I was waking up. I was at the hospital. Didn't know what happened. Like, totally confused, trying to figure out why I'm out here. Husband, he was explaining to me. So just so happened my husband was able to, slide his hand under my head before that actually hit the floor or whatever. And it was a scary moment for them because he said that I was foaming at the mouth. My eyes was rolled in the back of my head. And then I guess the thing that I'm trying not to let these tears roll, but I think the thing that got me, when I found out about everything was the kids was here. And they saw, what I'm saying? They saw all of that happen. So it definitely has been a journey. I'm glad that I have a different neurologist. And he's been able to explain some things, but with seizures, you just kind of have to learn what would trigger a seizure. Sometimes it's not even a trigger. Sometimes they just happen, And I would be lying if I said that I don't have my, moments where I'm scared or, just wonder, man, I don't want to go to sleep and not be able to wake up. And I'm not being negative. This is a video where I want to be honest, with telling y'all about my journey with these. Because some stuff, I don't share, behind the scenes. A lot of times, of course, with people that do videos, they're not going to get on the video and be like, hey, tell you, they day-to-days and all of that stuff, right? Because who want to sit there and hear that all the time? It's just a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scene, and you just get through it. You get through it. So I think when I had that one, I started to get very concerned, like, okay, I thought, after 6 months, I was going to be done. And so after having multiple seizures, the doctor diagnosed me with epilepsy or whatever. So I'm just like, what? I hadn't even heard of epilepsy or anything like that before. So I went to studying, trying to understand exactly what it was. So it's another video that I want to insert to let you all, let you all know some of the stuff that you go through with having epilepsy.
I have epilepsy. Of course, I forget what I'm saying in the middle of my sentence. I have epilepsy. Of course, I take about 3 medications a day just to help it. I have epilepsy. Of course, I feel like I'm alone in this. I have epilepsy. Of course, my brother, sister, mother, father drive me wherever I need to go. I have epilepsy. Of course, I can't skip meals. I have epilepsy. Of course, I have a seizure about once a week. I have epilepsy. Of course, I forgot something that you told me 5 minutes ago. I have epilepsy. Of course, I don't go anywhere without my medication. I have epilepsy. Of course, I forget to take my meds sometimes. I have epilepsy. Of course, I'm scared that I'm going to die one day from having a seizure. I have epilepsy. Of course, I had a hard time going through it when I found out that I had it, because I realized a lot of people don't know what it is. I'm a girl with epilepsy. Of course, I'm going to keep spreading the word and keep bringing awareness to the cause.
I just wanted to give you all a little story time in my, share some of my journey and what it is to have epilepsy. So as I always tell my family, when they ask me stuff, I'm like, I don't know. My brain got zapped I don't know how many times, So that's just like a little joke that we have. So you have some that's like epileptic and non-epileptic. So you have one that is like dizziness, staring, you unresponsive, and then you have the other one that's when you're shaking, you have loss of muscle strength, which you can't control your muscles, and you have jerking movements, which a lot of people are used to those type of seizures, but a lot of people are not used to the staring, those type of seizures. It's different kinds of seizures out here. You have to just look them up or whatever. But I remember my birthday. What year was this? I don't remember. I have to put like maybe a little small portion of the video, but it was when I had my birthday party. I had a surprise party at the Sugar Factory. And so we were sitting, I didn't feel good that day. And I had told me, she's like, I want to take you out to dinner. And so I'm like, okay. So by the time he was getting ready and all of that stuff, I had the y'all laid back across the bed. I had stopped putting my clothes on, and I was like, I just don't feel good. And he was like, I understand, honey, but I made reservations, so we need to go ahead and go to dinner. So I'm just like, okay. I kept telling him, let's just put it off, reschedule. He's like, well, I can't. Well, once, I got there and found out it was a surprise party, that's, why he said that.
Knocked out. I gotta show y'all again.
We got there or whatever. You know how it is. You get surprised, your mind kind of get off of what it is that's going on. I still wasn't feeling good. And didn't know, like, in the midst of the birthday party that I was having a seizure. And it's basically like, you just do this.
You say it's your birthday all month long?
And you stare. is no movement. You just stare. And so the only thing I remember was Uncle Ro looking at me, my husband looking at me, my mama and my friend, and they just like, Monica, Monica. And I'm just, I'm looking at them, don't know what they talking about. I'm confused. At any time, you can have a seizure. So I just learned to try to not let seizures, run my life. But at the same time, you do have to take them serious. You have to take it serious, and you just have to be careful. If you're not feeling good, just chill and basically get in the bed or just chill around the house. You just can't push yourself. And that was something that I had to learn. Like, when I don't feel good, sit down. Because if I don't, that will cause me to have a seizure. For me, it seems like if I'm in pain, or if, just say if I'm stressed, if I am nervous about something, it can be lights can trigger it, like moving lights. If, just say if you have something that's constantly moving, or, what's the best way to explain it? How you may go to a concert and they have all of the moving lights, stuff like that. That will it's so many things that will trigger a seizure. Just regular stuff that somebody else may or that's able, they can look at. You can't look at it. You know how you have the blinking lights, maybe like school zones or wherever, or the little caution lights. You cannot look at those. Like, it just will have you dizzy, and that can trigger a seizure or whatever. So I know that you all probably know this. A lot of times I'm just like, what I was gonna tell you, or I just be like, it's hard to remember stuff. You gotta understand, like, this is doing something to your brain. Even with me, just simple words, or I may at times, or a lot of times, say words that don't even go with what it is I'm trying to say. And it's because, like, you forget simple words, you forget simple things. It's a lot of times I'll tell the kids, like, it's one thing in my mind, I'm thinking I'm saying one thing to them, but something different is coming out. It was an adjustment, and it was hard at first. It was, like, aggravating to me. It was aggravating to them as well. When I say them, like the kids and my husband, because I'm thinking, just say I'm like, hey, you'll take me to Dollar Tree, but I may mean Walmart, or you'll pass me a plate, but it may be some chips. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in your mind, you'll be saying one thing, but then something different will come out. So it was definitely an adjustment for them and for me, because it was aggravating. Like, it was aggravating for me because I'm thinking I'm telling them something, and it was aggravating for them because they like, you didn't tell me that. Or they would say, Mama, I told you that. They'll come tell me something and say, I told you that. And I'm like, you didn't tell me that. And they was like, I told you 3 times. And I'm like, I don't remember that. So it took some adjusting in us to learn exactly how this, affects us, how it affects me, but it affects them, because, like, it's very hard when it comes to communicating at times. Like, if somebody saw me on the street, they wouldn't know that I had all of this going on. And a lot of times it's very, very difficult for me to communicate with strangers, somebody in the store, whereas my husband, the kids, my friend, my mama, cousins, they may know, okay, let me finish this. Because I'll be in the middle of a sentence, and I'm like, sitting there like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. And so the thing is, like, my husband, he's used to finishing my sentence sentences, or you know, the ones that's close to me are used to finishing my sentences because they know what it is that I'm trying to say. So if I'm out and it's a sales associate or somebody that's at a restaurant and I'm trying to explain something, a lot of times I have, you know, my husband to say, okay, this is what she wants. Because sometimes it's just very difficult to communicate. If you have a family member that's dealing with this, be patient. Just be patient because it's an adjustment for them. It's hard on them as well because I'm about to have a moment, but it's hard for them as well because they have gone from being one way to being a different way. Kind of, sort of instantly, but then as you continue to have seizures, you know, it continues to damage your brain. You know, that's what it's doing. And in making this video, I want to let people know I'm not, you know, some people will look at it, you know, people of faith. And I understand because I'm a person of faith. But it's, you know, when people tell their journey, their story, and what they're dealing with, no, they don't expect that this is going to be a part of their lives forever. Like I constantly, you know, look at, okay, God is going to heal me. This is I'm not going to be like this the rest of my life. And, but I do want to, you know, just put out there what it is, what epilepsy is, what it's like having it. And, you know, I never know, because at first I wasn't going to do this video. I'm like, because I just don't want to talk about this. I don't want to just talk about a video of what I have going on. But at the same time, I'm like, it may be somebody out there they may be discouraged. They may be, you know, down. They may be depressed. And this video may encourage them. Like, this video may tell that one person, hey, you can make it. This is not the end. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this story time. I want to encourage anybody out there that's dealing with epilepsy. Like, it's not the end. You can still find a way to enjoy life. You know, you can still find a way to not let epilepsy defeat you. You know, I know it's difficult and it is very hard, but listen, we got to keep pushing through. We got to keep pushing through. And it is so many different types of seizures out there. Sometimes they never find what it is that causes, you know, a seizure. You may never find out what it is because it's so many different things that may cause you to have a seizure. I did want to say the thing that I am still challenged with and trying to I guess I would say get used to until that day comes is driving. Now, I know everybody, you know, they'll say, you know, well, just look at it as, or just be thankful that you have family, that you have friends that's there for you to take you to places that you want to go. Like, that's understandable. I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for having a patient husband, a husband that, like, my husband is the best, y'all. He is the best, okay? And I know that everybody, you know, they don't have that. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate my family that calls almost every day. Friends that call every week asking, do I need to go anywhere? Do they need to pick up anything for me? Like, I appreciate that. But it's still an adjustment. You still have to, I don't know if I ever get used to not being able to take myself places because I've been driving since I was 12. So it just, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I ever get used to not being able to drive. Like what they call it, the passenger seat princess. I think that's what they call it, like in the epilepsy world, in the world of epilepsy, passenger seat princess. So I think that's something I'll never get used to because like I'm an independent person. I was just used to getting in my vehicle, doing what I had to do. If I wanted to stay out all day, if I wanted to go to 30 different stores and look around all day and stuff, I could, and just being independent, not having to ask somebody to take me somewhere or do something for me. I still haven't gotten used to that. So like I said, I'm so thankful for my husband and especially my son Dylan. Baby, Dylan, we are together a lot because Dylan is here during the daytime. And it just works out because Dylan is here during the daytime. By the time when it's time for Dylan to leave and go to work, Jaden is walking in the door. So by the time Jaden get here, a little while after that, my husband is coming in. So God definitely, work it out to where it's rare that I am here by myself. And let me tell y'all, the thing about it is the times that I have been here, like the last time I had a seizure, I was on the phone with my stepdad, Mike. And so he said that it just so happened he called me out the blue. He called me and he said that I started talking crazy and I hung the phone up. So he immediately called my mom and he was like, I think Monica, I think she's having a seizure. And they called my mama and said, I think Monica having a seizure. So she was able to get in touch with Dylan and my husband. Well, of course, honey, when I say I have the best husband, before I knew it, Mr. Koga, good old Meech, he was walking through the door, okay? I don't know how my husband made it here so fast, but he was walking through the door. And, yeah, that, it always works out, okay? It always work it out where I'm never here by myself, or if I'm on the phone with somebody and have one, they gonna call Mr. Koga. And Mr. Koga gonna be here, okay? So, it's a lot more that I can say, but I don't want to drag this video out. But like I said, if you have somebody that's dealing with epilepsy, just be patient because they are going through it. They're trying to adjust, and just give them time. Give them time because it's definitely challenging to go through. But I hope that my journey, me sharing my journey, my story time wasn't boring, and hopefully I was able to give you some good information when it comes to that. Like you say, it's plenty of videos out here. TikTok is really good to go on, a really good platform to go on and get information about it. So, you can go on TikTok and get more information about it. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I feel like I need to go ahead and lay it on down. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I will see you all in the next video. I'm about to give y'all the Meech and Monica. I'm about to say, do it big, y'all. Yo, thank y'all so much for being so loving, so supportive, and whatever type of video I put out, honey, y'all come through, okay? Y'all show so much love. See, y'all about to make me. I'm glad I got these index cards, okay? Because I done did good. Y'all about to have me in here boo-hoo crying with tears rolling out. So I'm trying to hold up. I'm gonna wait until I get off from y'all, and then I just let it flow. But I probably done said this 5 times now, but I will see you all in the next video. And I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye, y'all.